Here we had reviews practically every week and monthly presentations. So in terms of design, the design was practically finalized in a month, 2 months, and then it would evolve. It started in Class C, Class B, Class A. When it reached Class A, normally all the engineering work was done in China. But yes, sometimes there was feedback. They would comment that these things need to be changed or this doesn't work due to engineering or cost issues. We have to make a different proposal in some details and so on. And in 2 years, the car was practically ready. It's true that, for example, the ET9 was presented a few months ago. Production is going to take a bit longer to release it, but I think practically...
Yes. From the presentation and launch of the ET9, I think it will be about 6 to 7 months. That's more or less the average time NIO usually takes.
Well, one thing, yes, I think that. I think that it will be on the streets by the end of this year.
Yes, at least in China.
Yes, in China. I think that in Europe, I don't think it will come.
It's not clear. On the 15th, we have a NIO Europe event to announce a new product.
Are you coming to Munich?
No, it's being done online. No. Besides, I'll tell you later, because that day I'm in Germany, but for something else. No, okay, I'll tell you later. Today, Arturo, you've been working on it for years. Now you've changed. Working in design for NIO in Europe, what are you allowed to do? Or what do you do? Because a large part of the engineering is done in China. But the design is partly done hand in hand between China and Europe. That's why they say, no, it's a very Chinese design. Well, Arturo is a living example, and I presented in this live podcast that they design and review cars in their exterior part in Europe. What roles do you have when working on the design of a car that will be released in China, but might later be launched in Europe, as you've had experiences with NIO?
Let's see. For example, we at NIO had 4 types. And each team took on a project. But for example, in this one that was so important, we had one team in China and another team here in Munich. Both of us worked together, okay? Each team perhaps had a theme or a part of the car or some proposals. We all made proposals and it was developed jointly. When the car was more or less well matured, then each team then started working on details, made proposals for the grills, the front ends, the lights. So it was done jointly practically. So it's true that NIO Munich